This is me going full geek mode for Christmas. Yay me! My wonderful mother-in-law bought me this 3D foam Harry Potter Weasley's family home, the Burrow puzzle. And slowly but surely, we have been hacking along at this thing. The first thing that we did was sort out all of the puzzle pieces by color and style. Here's what's left of the wood. I put all the windows in a pile because that actually becomes really helpful when you're looking for just pieces of window and things like that. The first thing that we did was find all the grass pieces and all these dirt pieces and made this base that goes all the way around. And then the next thing that we did was find the front door. And it kind of went from there, working from the two doors, because there's two doors. There's a front door and then there's a back door. And as you can see, the windows usually cover multiple pieces. And these turrets, I'm calling them turrets, these little 90-degree blocks, really helped out because they have different colors along the top. So these are kind of wood colored. You can tell that this had all this white brick on both of the two sides. White brick there and white brick there. I'll turn it back to the front to give you a little bit of a reference. But those turrets definitely have different colors, and I was able to find some with this, if it would focus, blue brick. And this is my blue brick pile. This is eventually going to turn into these roofs. And then what I thought was gonna be red brick all over the house is actually gonna turn out to be these roofs, which is the next part that I am moving on to. What I did was, well, of course, follow the directions. Yes, I'm that person. And I've taken a couple of pictures along the way to show you pieces because these directions don't show the pattern at all. So as you can see, I've drawn in a little window here and a little window here. As you can tell, that's gonna be that crooked window there. So as I could figure out what the pieces looked like, I checked it out for myself and I drew myself little notes. There's some hidden pieces which are really exciting. So let me show you. This is the left side. So this was me building the whole left side, and it's kind of a zigzag here. And look, there's magic. So there is going to be magic on the left side and the right side, which is super surprising. This is the right side. So as you can see, that corresponds with this side of the house right there. And then this is what I'm calling the back, because this is actually going to go over the back door. So it'll go on my sort of model that way once I finish doing the front. And then these pieces, you obviously can't see them in the picture there, but it's this underneath bit. And there's a little sort of stilt there. I'm calling it a stilt. It's going to hold up on a piece of the roof. And then there was this little hidden shelf piece, which we found these three pieces immediately because they were completely unique in the rest of the box. I am that person. I'm gluing this together. I'm never going to take it apart again, so I'm quite happy gluing it together and adding it to my little Christmas village every year and maybe putting it in my office. So these three pieces that just look kind of random, those ended up being the shelves. So they're a support piece for the back of this whole tower that I've built. So as of right now, I am up to step 7. So I'm about to put my tower into the base. And something else that I missed the first time was this piece, and I was about to try to put it on the base. I'm like, wait a second, where's that piece? So I went back up to the directions, and sure enough, there is a little direction about that piece, which I took a picture of, and they're kind of little pieces of wood, just brown wood with turrets on the other side. I'm calling them turrets because that's what they kind of look like. And you want to put that on upside down. So as you can see here, it's the bare foam, because this, where is it? This is going to go through those two holes, and these teeth here, my little turret teeth, are going to stick through those little turret teeth, and that's going to be my base. So I will continue the saga as I build more. The next thing that we're going to be doing here is the roof. Yeah, so my pile of bricks, which I've barely touched so far, is now going to be my next big project. And as you can see, some of them have a bit of a difference. So these are kind of square instead of rectangular. So those I know are gonna somehow go together. These are a much lighter color brick than some of this deep red brick, sort of orangey red. So I've kind of separated them into little piles there like that. And something else that I did, because there was a lot of wood, as you can probably tell from this, is just wood and shingle wood and left wood and upside down wood and all kinds of things. I ended up separating them based on holes, because these holes become very clear as you look at the directions, and turret pieces. So I knew that all these edges were going to have turrets, and then all the interior pieces were not. So it made it easier to try to find, okay, I needed a piece without the turrets and I needed a piece with the turrets. So we will see you during the next phase of this project. And FYI, I would not recommend doing this in a small area. You're gonna need a big table for this. It took up the entire thing. So I've gotten to the point where I've started putting on the roof, and I've stood up our little tower. I built the roofs in step 8, and this one was step 9. And we had to build these kind of pieces out first a little bit. And once you get them all pre-built, it kind of makes sense, especially these two guys, where they belong. Because as you can see, there's a little tiny brick piece here. Shows you how to do that. That's gonna go on the back somewhere once I get this together. And this one goes into that hole, into these holes, those little guys right there, and then this little guy goes into that hole, and then all these spikes match up. So it takes a few minutes to kind of get it all in there, and it attaches to these little wings. That's the back door. And our puzzle pieces are now dwindling. So I've completed a few steps here. I built this little pillar, which is this guy, and that side, and then there's a little short one that you build that's right there. And that's that little short one on the back side. And now I have built these roof panels. This is the first time I've started using this gray shingle pattern. And this one is that one, and this one is that one. And they are gonna go onto this crooked like this. I think they're gonna go in that little hole there, yep. And then this one's gonna go on the other side with this flat bit facing up like that, and then I'll connect them in the middle. I've already built these pieces as well, and they are over here just waiting to be used. So that's that. And this is basically this little building up top here, which is going to go around our fireplace chimney. And then this is this little guy, and this is this little guy over here, which is going to be kind of a piece of the roof, I think, right down there. Still have not found these two yet. They might end up being pieces of this gray shingle, because these are all the pieces I have left now at this point. So there's not a whole lot. Oh, and the top of the chimney flue. So we're really, really close to being finished. This is what I've got so far. And this is the back side where the chimney is going to go in. And then the two roofing panels here. And then here is my front door. And then I'll need to build the roof up there, which is going to be more of this gray stuff here. Right there and there. And these two little pieces here. I'm guessing that these guys might end up being something like that because of the angle that they're at. Hey everyone, so here is the finished product. I just finished putting the roof on, which was a bit difficult trying to get these angles of these three guys. But there's our metal roofing that I've been looking for. I've been holding on to those pieces for a little while. And you can tell some of the pieces that go with the metal because there's just a little bit, sorry, I got glue on my fingers, a little bit of metal sticking up there on the, what I'm calling turrets. And that gives you a good indication of what pieces are gonna go with those. And you find that with these as well. You can tell that these are all gray brick, so you know that that's gonna go with a gray brick roof. So here is our front door. And the side. And then we've got the back door. I really love this little detail. The back door and our crooked window. I think the crooked window is really fun. And then the other side. And the neat thing was, a little surprise, as you saw I was putting it together, you have this pattern underneath, and in certain places there's a little owl under there hanging out, which I thought was pretty nifty. So there you have it, the Weasley burrow from Harry Potter in 3D form. Enjoy putting yours together.